And we're back with USA Master Trainer Muhammad Noor, pulling the curtain back on the mystery of the machine known as the kinetic chain. So far it's been exciting and enlightening, but let's give the people what they really came for. You guys want to hear about the weight cut, right? See, the fact is, most of our viewers and the people you work with, if I understand, they're not trying to get bigger, they're trying to get smaller. So tell us, what did you learn that the folks at home can implement into their own weight loss protocol? Food is aight. It's pretty good, but also it's just aight. The most delicious food tastes great for the first couple of bites, then the pleasure sensation diminishes and the mind and body crave the next dopamine hit. We like variety. That's why when people get full from a big dinner, suddenly they have an appetite again when dessert comes out. The fitness journey isn't just a matter of strengthening and evolving your body. Each of us has to strengthen and evolve our minds. True. The way we perceive and feel about food, the way we manage and channel our emotions, because they're not going to go away. It'd be nice, but we can't pretend they're not real. And we have to accept reality, science, and our own nature and inclinations and deal with them as they are, not as we wish them to be. Set priorities and adhere to them. When you realize the foods you crave that aren't serving your goals are just tasty, they just taste good. You feel good for a few minutes, then you feel bad later. When you recognize the patterns you're repeating that make you more unhappy than happy in the long term. When you can view food as fuel to help you perform well, feel better, and be healthy, it becomes easier to make choices that benefit you. When you can accept the fact that you can either improve your physique and moderate your cravings, or eat everything you want, but you can't have it both ways, then the next step is wanting one thing more than the other and taking the actions and making the decisions that produce the desired outcome. Literally, you gotta wanna lose weight more than you wanna eat in a surplus. Some people are still trying to defy biology and have it both ways. Hold on, let me clarify in case it doesn't go without saying. You can prepare or find all kinds of pretty tasty foods that are low calorie, high protein, high fiber, low sugar, low carb, low fat, or what have you. Yeah, it's not like 2005 when we had to eat tuna straight out the can. It's a lot of healthy options out there now. Brave new world. You can also do extra cardio to compensate for a higher caloric intake. I could go on and on. My point is there are many effective strategies for weight loss, not just one, and they don't require you to be miserable. But the law of thermodynamics is still a real thing. To lose weight, you must be in a calorie deficit. Calorie deficit. Right, and you can achieve it by reducing your caloric intake, increasing your caloric expenditure, or ideally, both. The best way is to do both. If you lift weights and do cardio the right way, you won't have to restrict your calories so aggressively. And if you moderate your eating, you won't have to overtrain. Balance. Like I said, there's many right ways to lose weight, some more healthier or more practical than others, but they all involve a calorie deficit. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a personal choice. Each person must learn and get to know themselves, how your body, mind, and emotions work, your triggers, your schedule, your internal clock, patterns, what foods best serve you, even what foods available to you near your home and workplace, and then develop a strategy that works for you. See, there's a reason lots of diets work and lots of diets don't work. People have been losing weight all kinds of ways, even with limited knowledge or education. It's no coincidence that many people have success when they cut sugar, or cut carbs, or cut out dairy, or go vegetarian, or start intermittent fasting, or tracking calories manually, or on an app, or not tracking calories and just training your ass off. Or you could take up a new activity, running, spin, Zumba, boxing, kickboxing, whatever. By the way, sugar, carbs, dairy, stuff like that, it's not the devil. It's just that most foods that contain them tend to also be high in calories. So cutting them out usually results in a deficit. But for the record, you can eat things in moderation and still lose weight, or you could cut them out completely and maybe not lose weight. It still all boils down to calorie deficit. Common denominator in every weight loss success story is a calorie deficit. Whether or not it was planned or incidental, that's what happened. And conversely, every diet that doesn't work was because the person couldn't adhere to it long enough to make substantial progress. All diets work, all diets can fail. You don't have to diet if you can exercise enough to achieve and maintain a deficit but most people don't have the time, energy, or willpower to really do that. And even if you do, unless you're young and durable, your joints are eventually going to get irritated and you're not going to be able to out-train a bad diet forever, as the cliche goes. And the problem with neglecting cardio and trying to lose weight by only restricting calories is, one, it's really hard and miserable. Sure, you can work out once a week and eat 1,000 calories a day, but that sucks. And two, it's hard to get all the protein vitamins, sure, and nutrients that you need to just be healthy when your calories are way too low. Three, strength training burns way less calories relative to duration than cardio does. So it won't be easy to be in a deficit with weightlifting alone. I did very little cardio on this cut, but I also lifted 6 days a week and I had my nutrition and calorie balance on point. But most people can't and shouldn't do that. So the best method is a balance of cardio, strength training, and eating smart, but not completely depriving or punishing yourself. Not to mention, you're gonna have the best overall health and the best aesthetic result by doing all three: weights, cardio, nutrition. Okay, and yes, some people will do okay with one or two of those, but for best results, all three. I'll tell you why. If you don't watch what you eat, you're gonna have to work out impeccably and put in overtime with cardio. If you don't want to lift weights, you can lose weight by just being in a deficit, but you're not going to look great. You're going to have loose skin like a shirt on a hanger, and you're going to be weak, shapeless, and more prone to injury in day-to-day activities. And if you're going to do little to no cardio like I did, you got to lift more frequently, eat impeccably, dial in your calories and macros without error, and you're still not going to have strong heart and lungs, cardiovascular health. That's interesting. I'm not recommending you cut corners. I'm just saying if you do, you're going to have to compensate in the other departments in order to lose weight. The best way is to do all three: cardio, strength training, nutrition. When it comes to weight loss, that's the best recipe for success. Good stuff.